Hey friends, James with Team Finish Strong here with a special update for you from the world of Zwift. Now, when it comes to riding in the summer, I'm typically found outside, not inside. But lately the weather's been kind of bad, so here I am back on Zwift again. Now, recently I had a problem with one of my Zwift Play controllers. Now, with the Zwift Play, as you know, it is a dual paired controller that gives you all of the essential functions that you need in Zwift. This is critical for people who race in the world of Zwift because you can't be messing around with keyboards and mice while you're trying to set up for your sprint. Well, unfortunately for me, my left controller decided it wanted to retire itself from the world of cycling, and I had to figure out what to do. Well, I contacted Zwift support, and ultimately, after several troubleshooting steps, they determined what I had already known, that the controller is kaput. So I thought I was out of luck at that point, but Zwift did in fact decide to send me complimentary, free of charge, a brand new Zwift Click. Now the Zwift Click is supposed to be the replacement for the Zwift Play. It is so much smaller, lighter, and easier to set up because you have more options when you're setting it up on your handlebars. As you can see, they are just tiny little devices compared to the big ones that you had to strap on for the Zwift Play. Now, does that mean you're getting less for your money? As far as I can tell, all of the essential functions have been mirrored here in these smaller controllers, just in such a smaller form factor now than they were before. So I'm looking forward to getting on the bike and using these. In fact, I'm going to be using them tonight on a ride I'm about to go on. And so I'm going to take you there into that experience and let you know just how easy it is to pair and set up and how easy it is to use. A real world review on the Zwift Click. All right, let's check it out. Okay, we are here with the Zwift Click and let's get it set up. All right, unboxing this thing is pretty simple. You got some instructions if you think you need them. And looks like I may have pressed the buttons on these because they are already trying to pair. And I'm looking on my screen here. I do not see that they have paired yet, but we'll get to that in a second. And underneath, we've got 4 straps to strap it on. So I think probably the easiest way to start is to get these things paired up first. So let's see how we get these things out of the box. Okay, there we go. And there we go. All right. I'm looking at the controls here, and it does not look like they are paired. Maybe that might do it. I just pressed the plus button on this one. Let's see what happens. You know what I gotta do? I think I gotta go over and hit search. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. We got the Zwift Click. All right, we're adding one. Let me see if I can get the other one here. Pressing the minus sign on that one. Let's see if we get anything going on that. Or maybe you only have one device to deal with. I think so. We're going to find out. There we go. So, folks, it's just one device you have to set up. You don't have to set up both independently like you did with the Zwift Play. Now, getting these things on is going to be a different matter altogether. I have heard that they are a little bit of a beast to get on. So you're going to get a real-world experience here on how to set these up. You get 4 of these straps, 2 per controller. Now let's see. I do like the up, down, left, and right to be on the left side like the original Play controller was. I am a bit of a traditionalist in that sense. Let's see, this thing already timed out? Maybe it did, I don't know. All right, well, we'll worry about the heart rate strap. I am 100% confident I am alive, so I don't think I need to worry about the heart rate strap tonight. All right. Look at this. We have a tutorial, which unfortunately I'm cutting off with part of my screen here. We're gonna get started. Navigating. So let me see here. Left, right. And then press A to select. Well, where's the A? There's the A. All right. B to go back. And then press plus to shift up or increase intensity. That's if you have shifting, and down to decrease shifting. So they give you a little tutorial here. And then left to steer left, right to steer right. Okay, all right, pretty simple. So from this vantage point, the minus sign is on the bottom, and this is left and this is right. So just keep that in mind when you strap it on, how you want it to be able to indicate what you want. Now I am going to have a little bit of trouble trying to figure out where I want this thing, because my bars are pretty slim here. I don't know if I want it on the thing. I prefer it like the other one, right at my fingertips, but that is not going to happen, it looks like. And I don't know if this is going to be wide enough to get all the way around. Look at that. Wow, this thing. Okay, it does stretch. It does stretch. Give him kudos for that. Look at that. Okay. All right. We got one on. I think we can do the same thing this way, but here's where the problem lies. The bar is in the way here. I doubt it's going to go all the way around the whole bar. That ain't happening. So we got to move this down further. It's going to take a bit to figure out, folks, for your individual setup. If you have aero bars, definitely going to be a bit more. And then you got these little nubs here sticking out, which I'm not too happy about. So I'm going to reverse this. I'm going to have those at the top and the short ones at the bottom. All right, let's see here. Okay. And it really doesn't fit on my bars too well either, because it's kind of in some weird awkward space in the corner there. So I'll let you know if this is in fact going to be, I should have taken this one off first. It's now underneath the other strap. I'll let you know if this feels comfortable, if I have to adjust it. Okay, that's interesting. It didn't stay on. Overall though, it's more work than the original Play controllers for sure in the setup, but it is a one-time thing. I think that'll be all right. Okay, it doesn't seem to be interfering. So now I'm going to mirror the same thing. I'm going to put the short ends on the side closest to my fingers, and this time I'm going to put them on in advance. Okay, so I'm putting them on first, and then I'll go ahead and put it into position, and then wrap around and pull. That was easier. And likewise, wrap around. This one's going to take a little bit more because it's already kind of jammed up. All right. This is interesting with these little finger guards, so to speak, on the top and bottom. A, Z. I will say this, I think the button layout is also different than the Play controllers. I remember that the ride-on bomb was left, and the power-up button was up top. And I think that is not this arrangement. I could be wrong, but we're gonna find out. Do you want to skip the tutorial? I thought we did the tutorial. All right, let's give this a go. Continue. Continue. All right, we're done, guys. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and get some riding in, and I'll demonstrate this with a little short clip, and we'll see how it works. All right. All right. I am here in the deserts of Watopia, just enjoying a nice leisurely cruise with D. Bernie. And I have to tell you, the Zwift Click controllers are pretty decent. They function just like the Zwift Play, but they are a little bit less convenient to use. They're not in that convenient position for my thumbs to be able to access without modifying my stance. But with a slight modification of my stance, the way that they're set up now, I can access the controls. So like if I want to open up the action bar and maybe do a coffee stop, which I don't really need, right, Ramon? Well, let's say I want to give emoji. I want to say wave. There we go. All right. So not too hard. It's the same as it is. I got to wave back too. And it's not too much different from the original controllers. You can access the menu by hitting the B button, and then you can use the left controller to go left and right. I'm sorry, you have to hit enter first, and then you can go left and right if you need to. In that same thing, if you were out, open the action bar, you can use left and right to do that. Now, I haven't tried to steer. Let's try it. Let's try steering. Sure thing. I can steer. Woohoo! Okay, not too bad. And lastly, the power up. Yep, not too bad either. All right, so works pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I will say, if you like resting your hands a little bit lower on the drops, like more towards the top, like right here, it does sort of get in your way. But if you have the typical position, it's really not in the way. So you may have to modify the location to suit your specific needs, but otherwise, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'd give it a maybe 8 or 9 stars out of 10. Not quite as good as the layout of the Zwift Play, but I guess in compensation, when you're doing those big sprints, you do have access to the full drops like you have when you don't have that controller. All right, I just hit level 73 too. More caps, more socks. Well, with that, folks, I'm going to sign off. Take care. God bless. And as always, finish strong.